Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, June 27th. It is 6:23 right now. Market's gonna open in about 7 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. I'm gonna go ahead and finish updating this real quick. Got a few things here to update and we should be good to go. All right, looks good. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, link is sent out. All right, perfect. So as people join in, I'm gonna go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here on the daily time frame. All right, going down to the 8 hour. Down to the 4 hour. Down to the 2 hour. Down to the 1 hour. Down to the 30 minute. Down to the 15. Down to the 10. And back down to the 1 minute. All right. So with that said, I have all of the liquidity here marked up. So the closest level of liquidity below is at 39,416, and the closest level above is at 39,486. So looking at this right now, we're currently in a bearish trend. So if price drops lower, I'll be looking for price to come down and hit liquidity down here. Price drops up higher, I'm looking for price to push up and hit the level up there. So first target is going to be this level right here. If price decides to come down here on open. If price pushes up, it's going to push up to this level up here where liquidity is sitting. So I'll be looking both directions. All right, guys, we got 2 minutes till open. So price comes down currently with a bearish bias right now. The reason for that is because price is below the pivots, the trend meter is red, pivots are angling down. The only difference here is that divergence is shifting to the upside. So that's probably gonna be my main concern right now as we get closer here to market open. I think we had news this morning too. We had news at 5:30. So 5:37, 7:30. Let me mark up the 5:30 news real quick before we open up. So 5:30, 7, and 7:30. All right, guys, we got market opening up in about 30 seconds. Again, there's two targets here for price to reach. Is either going to be lower level liquidity down here or upper liquidity up here. Price is shifting above. The trend is still bearish, but we might have price shifting up. We'll see what happens here. But I'll be following price and riding in either direction that it goes. All right, we got market opening up in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Market is now open. So price is kind of going back and forth right now. I'm probably going to wait for the next candle to see some confirmation here first. Looks like we might be bullish, but again, kind of depends on where this ends up going. So I'm just waiting here for a little bit. The trend is attempting to shift to the upside. So if it shifts up, target price point is probably going to be the level up here. I'm going to wait for this next candle to come up before I start looking for any opportunities for entry here yet. So price is hitting that first level of liquidity right there. See if I'll find a continuation further. Barely got right below it. So I'm going to see how this next candle opens up. If we get a wick to the bottom side and it swings right back up, then I'll take a trade here for a buy. If not, I'll look for the swing back to the downside. So I want this to wick down a little bit. If this here swings back up and turns green, I'll be looking for the possible buy. If it doesn't, probably wait for it to come back down. So what I want to see is I want to see a big wick on bottom and then have it swing right back up. If we get that, then I'll look for a possible buy here. If not, then we might get a continuation back to the downside. So it doesn't really look like it's going to be swinging up here. Looks like it might try to come down to this lower level over here. All right. So I'm gonna let this trade, this movement here kind of braid a little bit. It's pretty much just ranging back and forth. Yeah, I don't really see any direction here right now. So again, looks like it's trying to push back up. But there is no opportunity here for entry yet. All right, looks like it's gonna come retest the liquidity above. Again, I'm gonna wait for the next candle. I don't like this candle here just yet. Target price point, if it continues pushing up, is going to be the levels up here. There's just no direction. Price is just ranging back and forth. All right, so I'm looking at this here. I want this to pull back a little bit again. Yeah, I'm not ready for the buys here yet. So price is now finally climbing to hit the first target right there, which was the level. You could have made entry right there, but I didn't take it. The candles here are just, they're not moving smooth enough. So I'll keep watching here. If it continues to climb up higher, the next level where it's going to reach is going to be the next level up here at the 550 mark. So price is a bit overextended at this point. I'm gonna look for possible retracement, continuation back up. So I'm gonna see this come down a little bit and swing right back up. All right, so if this candle here swings back green, I'll take this for a buy. It's got to swing back green though. Candle has about 20 seconds left on it. I'm keep watching it here. Just watching the price action. So it might reject directly off the level right here. If it does that and it swings back up green, then I'll take this here for a buy. If not, then probably wait for it to come back down a bit further. So I'm watching it right here. Did not swing back up green. Same with this candle right here. If this candle swings back up green, I'll look for opportunity here. But it looks like price is attempting to come back down. I would need a strong volatility push to the upside for me to want to take this. All right, I'm going to take this right here. Got in right there, following it.
Order submitted.
So I don't really get in at the best entry. Watching here as it pushes up a little more. All right, get out of there. Got it right there, guys, full TP. Locking about 700 on that trade. All right, perfect. So perfect entry right there, like I said. I didn't get in at the best entry, but got in good enough. So I was supposed to lock in 1,000. I got a 700 on that trade. Yeah, it's all good. I'll take it. So we're done with that right there. Again, if price decides to climb back up higher, fine. We'll continue looking for some more entries. But I'll try to give you guys a little bit more of a heads up again when we get to that point. Right now, price is kind of just going back and forth. If price climbs up higher, then great. You know, we'll be looking for some opportunities up here. If not, then look for it to come back down. The one thing that I noticed is that this actually works really good on NQ too. So if the market starts to get dead here on YM, we'll look over at NQ. It actually looks like it works better on NQ, but you know, again, we'll have to see. I think for NQ, you'd probably be using a 30-30 instead of a 15-15. It seems like it's double over there. All right, so one trade for the day, full TP up there. Again, the target price point, if price pushes up higher, is going to be the level up here. So until price comes back up, there's no more entries up there, at least not for now. Natasha said she's been trading NQ as well. That's how she's been getting her self out of the hole. Yeah, not smart. NQ's just been a lot more volatile. This strategy is really good with like the market flow movement is really good with volatile markets. YM is pretty volatile right now, but it's not directional. It's like slightly directional because you can see over here, it just keeps going back and forth. So I guess we're still looking for possible buys here. I mean, we can if we wanted to. I'm going to take off the liquidity here because the liquidity is pretty much done with. Technically, this could have been another entry right here. You know, I didn't realize the Asia high was right here, guys. I just noticed this because of the liquidity was blocking it. I was wondering where these sessions were. But all right, so looking at this right here, this could have been another entry because price came down, had a huge wick off the bottom end, and it came right back up. It was right at the sessions though, so I don't think I would mess with it. It's a little too close. I just saw your message right now, Nick. My bad. Thanks for letting me know. I didn't have the chat open until now. Yeah, I was like wondering where the sessions were because there's no sessions that were nearby current price, and I haven't seen that before in a long time. Right? Typically, there's at least one session that's near opening price. Obviously, the session was right here. All right, what I'm gonna do right here is I'm just gonna screenshot my profits real quick. And for some weird reason, oh, it's my personal account. For some weird reason, one of my accounts is still red for the week, but it's because of the fees on my personal account. It's all good. These fees add up. So I'm gonna try to stick to like 1 to 3 trades a day, guys, because anything above that is kind of the fees just get too high. It's not really worth the risk. All right, so it looks like we might be pushing back up higher. I mean, if that's the case, that's completely fine. I don't really care too much which direction price goes. So I'll continue to follow this up again. I'll be looking for the same thing here. So looking for price to swing down and then possibly swing right back up. Maybe not on this candle right here. Or yeah, possibly this could be good. So if it swings down, even if it swings off the sessions right there, I'll be looking for it to swing back up. Actually, no, I'm gonna take that back, guys. The volatility is just way too low right now. I don't really want to mess with anything here. This looks like the consolidation zone, and it's a double body right there as well. So the volatility here is starting to die down for YM, guys. If this becomes the case and it stays slow and it just consolidates around this area, then I'll take a look at something like NQ. Damn, it looks like it could have been a good entry too. It's okay, guys. So that was the entry right there that I was looking for. I said if it turned green, I would take it. The reason I didn't want to take it was because the volatility died down. All of a sudden, the volatility picked back up on this candle here. So if you guys took it, great. I mean, that was what I was looking for. So you guys saw this red candle over here. This thing was down, came back up, and then it swung through. So looking at my bias for the day, again, of course, price is above the pivots, trend meter is green, pivots are angling up, divergence is bullish. We have a bullish momentum here. So everything here is telling us to take buys. Target price point is going to be the level right here, the 550 mark. But again, I'm going to be looking for some quality entries here. I'm not just going to take every single entry I see. Yeah, this thing's going to push all the way up too. That would have been a great entry right there. It looks like Sadie caught it. It's nice work, Sadie, on catching that trade right there. There we go. So hit the target right there. There's another opportunity for entry here. The only problem is that it's right next to the session. So you want to be a little careful with this here. There's some volatility here. So I'll see if price kind of pulls back a little more and then it comes back down. It might be a little too late to enter here at this point. Yeah, this would have been a nice levels entry. So this is the type of entry I've been looking for as well. It's going to hit CP. It's all good. So this was another entry right here. Like I said, it's probably going to come up and yeah, hit TP already right there. These entries come up super fast. If you're not like paying attention to the rejections and continuations, push right back up. It's probably going to push up to the sessions right there, the London high, and that's exactly where it went. Next target is going to be liquidity up here, but there's not really much space here. It's right at the sessions. So might want to be a little careful. All right, price is pushing up higher. As price continues to push up higher, let's take a look at NQ real quick. I'm just curious to see how NQ is currently moving right now. NQ is actually slow today, so let's stick with YM. NQ is not really moving as fast as it was yesterday or the day before. All right, so the bullish push right here is kind of like died out a little bit. I'm gonna wait for it to kind of retrace back. So I'll look for it to retrace back, maybe bounce off the pivot really hard and come back up for a retest. Target price point, again, is gonna be this area of session right here. It's already at this area, but I want it to retrace back. At this point, I'm not gonna look for entries because it's right at the session. Obviously, area of manipulation right there. So I would like price to come down a little bit, bounce off the pivot really sharply, come right back up. Exactly right, Nick. Yeah, gotta be quicker than that. All right, it's all good, guys. So let's continue looking over here. Well, it looks like a lot of you guys here caught those entries. So there was about 2 more entries that came up. I took the first one right here. There was another one right here and another one right here. It looks like Sadie caught this one, and then a couple of you other guys caught this one right here. It's basically a level. These are both levels entries, right? So price came back down, retested it, levels right there, came up, retested it, levels right there. So there are 2 levels entries back to back that hit right there. Yeah, YM is pretty volatile today. This is the most volatile I've seen YM since Monday. So Monday was great. We took some good trades that day. Tuesday was pretty flat. I don't think we took anything on Tuesday. And then yesterday there's like one move for the first 5 minutes and then the market died down. So good profit so far. If you guys have profits to post up, feel free. You know what I'll do here is I'll just post this up right now so we don't have to. Actually, no, I'm gonna watch for another entry. I don't want to miss anything here. So I'll watch for another entry here. This entry came up at 6:35. So we got 40 seconds. So let me just screenshot this real quick. This one came up at 6:45. Yeah, it's okay because we're not going to take any entries here anyways. It's too close to the session, so I need price to drop down a bit further. It's just a little too close right now. So let me add this over here real quick. So that's 6:45. I put timestamps on there, so if you guys ever want to pull it back up, you guys can. All right, so I posted up my profits right there for that last entry, or I posted up the trade, and here are my profits to go along with that. All right, so we don't really have enough space here. Okay, if this here swings up, I'll be looking to possibly take this here. So I want this to come down again, just like it did on this previous candle, come down, bounce off the pivot really hard, come right back up, and then come back to retest the sessions up here. But it looks like the volatility here is starting to die down a little bit. It starts to die down, we'll go over to NQ. NQ is basically just half contract size. So for this right here, I'm using about a 8 to 10 contract on my 300K. I would just use half of that, like about 5, I believe. Yeah, 5 contracts on NQ. You just halve the contracts in half. All right, so we got price kind of bouncing down here. If it swings back up green, I'll be looking, never mind, take that back. It didn't swing back up green because the candle just closed. So same with this one right here. Gonna look for the same thing, look for it to come back down a little hard, bounce off the blue pivot, and then swing right back up and continue up here. Again, I need it to pull back down. The thing here is the volatility is getting a little low. So I need this to pull back quite a bit and then get that spike up at the last second. All right, so I'll watch this right here. It's got about like 20 seconds left on it. I need it to come down a little bit further. It's not far. Okay, now it looks better. So I'll be looking for this to swing back up green. If this swings back up green, I'll take it here for a buy. I'm not going to take this one here, guys. It's not looking great. All right, looking for the same thing again here. I need this to come down a bit. The volatility here is getting really, really low. We have a breakout V3 continuation currently active right here for a sell. It's against the trend, so not one that I would recommend taking. Again, I like to see this come down and then swing back up for reversal, but I need it to come down a bit more. This would technically be an entry, but I want to swing down a little bit more. I need some volatility here. All right, we got like 20 seconds left. It's quite a bit of time. If it swings back up, I'll be looking to take that buy here. So if it swings up green, be looking to ride this back up. Not looking like it's going to happen. We got about 14 seconds left on this candle, unless it swings up in the last 10. Highly doubt it. All right, that's fine. Nothing there. All right, looks like we might be done with buys for right now. The breakout V3 came up right here. If you guys took that breakout V3 for a sell, nice win. Looks like William over here caught it. So great work, William. The only thing about this is that I'd be concerned about it being against the trend, but either way, you can take these in both directions. There's no one way to trade it. It's just you'll have the foundational criteria for it. You know, momentum, red candle after it, divergence is bearish. Looked like a decent entry. Decent, just risky. All right, looks like this here is starting to die down a little bit. If this becomes the case, then let's take a look at NQ for a second. NQ is right at the session, so it's not really looking super great. I think 300 might be a little too tight here. I don't know what the sweet spot is for NQ. For you guys who do trade NQ, what's like the sweet spot for like a quick scalp, like a scalp that we take here on YM? Because yesterday I was looking at the charts and I mean 30-30 looked good to me, but now that I'm looking back at it, I don't know if it's that great. Because it's I mean it looks kind of tight. I'm assuming it might have to be like 50-50. 50-50 sounds a bit better. Or 50-50 might be a little too wide. Maybe 40-40. I don't know. Let's go back to YM. Still got a few minutes till 7. All right, so price is still bullish here for YM. So I'm going to look for a possible opportunity here for entry. I'm going to see if it climbs back up. So if it climbs back up above here and look for that same pattern. Or even this right here. If it rejects off the level, I'm going to look for it to swing back up. So I want this to bounce off the level or even the sessions, and I'm gonna look for it to swing back up green. If that's the case, it's probably gonna push up at least a little bit to correct slightly, enough for us to get some moves here. Nah, it's not looking like it's gonna swing back up. All right, so we got 30 seconds left on this candle. We had a huge spike to the downside here. If this thing swings back up green, I'm gonna hop into this because I think this is gonna be able to have some sort of correction. This is gonna be a big wick if it swings back up green. So I'm watching it here. It's got like 15 seconds left on it. Probably not enough power to swing all the way up. No, it's not. This would have been nice though. If this thing became green at the last second, I think this thing would have corrected back up. So it would have climbed all the way back up. There's just not enough volatility here for the correction. Okay, now price is down at this lower session right here, so I'm not really looking to take any more trades at this point, at least not any buys. We'll see if price swings below. We're getting closer and closer to 7 o'clock, guys. Like I said before, 7 o'clock is probably going to be my cutoff for these entries. It's just too much of a risk to trade after 7 because the volatility either gets super flat or the market kind of just dies down a little bit. And there's news over here at 7 o'clock too. So 7 o'clock, we have pending home sales year over year and pending home sales for the month. The forecast is to be positive. So this might just be pre-news movement, guys. This is probably coming down right here. And then when the news comes out, it's probably going to swing right back up. But again, it's right at the session, so it's not an area where I want to trade at. I still look at the red flags, even though I'm taking these trades here. The only red flags that I would maybe ignore are the low impact news events. High impact news events possibly. So if price continues to climb down lower, target price point is going to be the opening price right here. The first target right here for correction was going to be the sessions, which it already came to. The next target level right here is going to be opening price. So basically back to open. So, I mean, technically you could have taken a sell here if you really wanted to. I don't think I would take it yet because the trend here hasn't really shifted. But this right here would have been a sell entry because you can see how how price wicked up and then it came right back down. This here would be entry for a sell, of course. I wouldn't take it yet because I like to trade with the trend, and the trend here still hasn't confirmed. You can see price is still above the pivots. The trend meter is still green, and the divergence is actually turning green right here. So we might actually be able to get an entry here for a buy before it hits news. Okay, so if this is the case, then I mean price might continue climbing back up for correction right here. We have the rejection right here off the level entry. This is basically a level entry right here. It's a used level, but it is a level entry pattern that we typically look for. So we got news coming up in about 5 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to be willing to take anything right here because it's so close to news. Again, I would need some if I see some increased volatility in like the next couple minutes, I'll be okay with maybe taking something down here or something to the upside. But if the volatility stays flat like this, I'm just going to sit out. There's no point in taking anything here because this is probably going to be pre-news market manipulation because the news is forecasted to be positive. This is why price came down a little bit so it can shoot right back up when news happens over here at 7 o'clock. Yeah, the volatility here is pretty much died down. It looks like it's going to consolidate here until 7 o'clock. Well, we had some great entries from now until 7. We had 3 entries that came up. Unfortunately, I was kind of slow, so I only caught one of them. There was one right here, one right here, and one right here. Pretty good entries that came up today. They were all pretty smooth. So we had basically like 3 levels entries that came up. If you look closely, they're just levels entries, but we use them as market flow entries. Let's check NQ again. I'm just really curious to see how NQ is moving right now. Nah, NQ is like basically just like YM today. It's not really moving that fast. Yesterday and the day before, NQ is actually, I looked at it and it has some really good examples. So tomorrow for our mentoring session, I'm probably gonna use NQ for the examples because the candles were super volatile. So you can see these patterns like basically play out on replay mode. You can't really see them as much on YM, sort of, but not really. But on NQ, you could definitely see it. All right, so we got price climbing back up again right here, guys. Like I said earlier, I would be inclined to possibly take some buys here. I know we're like 4 minutes till news, but if the volatility picks up and I get a really nice wick rejection off like say structure or the sessions down here or the pivots, then maybe I'll ride that up for a quick, just 15 points, even a partial maybe, and just pull out before news happens. I'm not going to get in on this one, of course. There's no entry here. But I'm going to be looking for price to kind of push up a little bit, come down very hard, and dramatically shoot right back up. Like it has to be a dramatic move. It has to be like spike, right? It can't be like slow climb down and then slow push up. All right, so right here, I'm looking for this red candle to come down here pretty hard and swing back green. So I'm watching for right here, guys. This swings back green. I'll be looking to take my entry here for a buy. I'm probably going to be in and out very quickly because we have news over here in about 3 minutes. So probably will not be holding on to this very long if I get in. We got 30 seconds left on it right here. Just watching it. I'm just looking for that volatility spike. If it stays slow like this, no point in entering anything. Looking for that big push back up, turn it green. And hopefully see the climb higher. Ah, fuck, I entered too early. All right, I'm gonna watch this right here, guys. This is mess. This is not a good trade. They didn't actually turn green on me right there. My finger slipped. So let me get out right here. There you go. I got out right there, guys. There was no entry right there, so I got out. That was my bad. Got out for a small profit, so I'm basically up like 1,000 now for the day. My finger slipped. This is what I hate using the touchpad for, because the touchpad, like my finger kind of just taps it a little too much, or it gets too close, and then as I hover over the buy market button, it just enters it. So I got into that trade right there, and I just moved my TP really close so I can pull out, and I made about like a couple $100 on that trade. So I mean, because I took the trade here, obviously I'll count it. There's not really an entry there, but my finger slipped because I was watching for this one here to turn green, and then I ended up entering the trade on accident. Okay, so this one over here came up at 658, and I'll post my profits there. I want to be transparent with you guys, of course. I'll also put a note here that was like not a good entry, accidental entry. All right, so we got news coming up right here, guys. Let me take a screenshot of my profits again. We got news here in about a minute. I think I might be done entering my trades for the day, guys. 7 o'clock. Unfortunately, I was hoping for one more trade, but it's okay. I made about 1,000 today, so it's not something to complain about. We had some pretty good trades today. We had about 3 trades that would have been pretty solid. So again, right here, we had our first one. We had our second one right here for levels, another second one right here for levels. The levels in the market flow line up together. And then we also had this one right here, of course, that was an accidental entry on my end. Target price point, of course, is going to be the next level right here. So if price pushes up higher, it's probably going to hit that level. Here goes the news price. So whenever you guys get into an entry and it's an accident like that, either move your TP like really close so that you can just get out for profit, or just manually close out for a small loss or break even. It's the best way to do it because in a lot of instances, you don't want to get caught in that reversal, right? Price is pushing up to that level right there, which is going to be the target price point. Looking at the news is actually negative. The news is messed up like this whole week. It seems like they haven't been correct at all. Yesterday, they were super off. Yeah, they're super off again today. So yesterday they were super off. If you guys remembered, they forecasted it to be like 2.5. It was like -11. Today they forecasted it to be 2.5. It was -6.6. So the home sales market is not looking good, of course. Pending home sales and the new home sales from yesterday were not good at all. So price looks like it's reaching the target price point right there. Nick said, dude, I'm going to send you a mouse in the mail. Send me your address in Telegraph. I'm going to order one, guys. I'm just going to have 2 mouses on my computer here so that I don't do anything dumb like that again. This touchpad's killing me. Here, I'm going to order my mouse right now, actually. Now that you guys have said it, I'm just going to order another MX mouse. I'm going to do that on this live session. Yeah, I mean, it's super necessary, of course. All right. Don't have any other colors? It's going to be same examples. All right, guys, so it's 7 o'clock right now. I'll keep looking for entries for you guys here, but I think for myself, I'm done trading for the day, guys. I got to keep control of myself because I forgot what day was that. Was that Tuesday or Wednesday? Yeah, Tuesday, I went off the grid, guys. I was like, I took 8 trades on Tuesday, which is nothing. I've never done that. I don't think I've ever done that in a live session ever. I did it by myself when I trade solo, but I've never done that during a live session where I took 8 trades. Here are my profits for the day and the week. So I'm finally back in the green, so you guys can see my personal account is still in the red because I keep getting these stupid the fees keep adding up because I keep taking so many trades. But you guys can see I'm finally in the green for the week. I was in the green on Monday, and then Tuesday I took so many trades that I ate so many commissions from Monday and Tuesday that this happened right here. And then now, obviously, as you guys can see, I'm finally back in the green. So I just got to have some self-control of my trades. If I take one or two trades a day, it's not going to eat up into my commissions and stuff. But if sorry, let me get this for edge. But yeah, I'm gonna try to control myself a little better with my trades because I don't ever want to end up in that position where I make profit, but I still end up in the red because the fees are so high. Um, Especially if you're taking partials. So if you guys are ever taking partials, I would try to aim for at least like 2 points. Because if you go for less than 2 points, or you just keep going for break even, then you're going to incur more fees than you would in profit. So just a heads up, guys. Of course, someone has to go through those issues before we can overcome it. And I just want to give you guys a heads up because I don't want you guys to fall in that same black hole that I ended up in on Tuesday. All right, so let's see. Yeah, William said, "Come on, this is fun. All these trades are hitting money." But yeah, 8 trades is too much. All right, William, we'll see you back here tomorrow. Said see you tomorrow. Keep it around one or two. Rate like market entries. Definitely, William. So you guys can see over here how the market started to die down a little bit. 7 o'clock is typically the cutoff. You'll see the volatility over here between 6:30 and 7. I'll keep looking for entries here. There's technically one entry that's running right now. I wouldn't take it though for myself personally because the volatility here is so slow and it just keeps going back and forth. But this here is another pattern. You can see how price kind of came down, bounced off the pivot. It wasn't a very um, volatile move, but nonetheless, it still bounced off the pivot right there and it came right back up green. So technically, there's an entry running right here. It's probably just going to go sideways for a bit. Eventually, it'll probably come up and hit, but I don't want to put myself in a situation where I'm just kind of a sitting duck there waiting for this here to hit, right? Because this can easily just reverse on you at any time. So it's probably going to hit, but if it doesn't, it's probably just going to do a hard reversal. So this trade is technically running right now. There's another one here that's running right next to it too. But again, the volatility is just too low. So for me personally, I would not want to mess with this here. Let's go to NQ actually, since market's slow for YM now. Maybe NQ's picked up a bit. Okay, so NQ is not picked up. It's the same. Yeah, it's about the same. It looks like it dies down here around 7 o'clock too. So it was volatile here prior, and then it just died down right here once it hit 7 o'clock. Yeah, Nixon, whenever he takes partials, it's always at 3 to 5. One or two is red territory. Yeah, because you end up paying more in fees and you get slippage too. I wish there was a quicker way. There's probably a quicker way here, or like some sort of function that I can get, or some sort of tool I can get here for NinjaTrader, where I can hit it and then it'll move your TP to certain points. I think that'd be cool, right, Nick? Like, say for example, you're in a position, your TP's at 15, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, I need to get out early, and then you can just quickly hit like a hotkey, and then it'll move your TP to like 3 points. I think that'd be perfect because then you'll get out around break even, or 5 points if that's the case. I'm gonna look into that because I know there's hotkeys here. I just got to figure out how to set them up. Yeah, because I think that would be game changer if you had like a I know they had like a magic keys or something like that. Like there was magic keys that people used to use before that could like pretty much automatically adjust your TP stop loss. Okay, cool. Yeah. So Nick said that Alt B and Alt S for him is for the inner buys and sells. That's actually a good. I might not even need a mouse for that then. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But the mouse is nice though. The mouse is nice. So what I'm gonna do right now while we're watching this, I'm gonna go on my other screen over here and I'm gonna buy a mouse, another mouse. The mouse is necessary. Get in a different color though, so I know which mouse is which. Okay. Let's see. HP said I trail my stop on Ninja. So if TP is 15 and price goes to 13, it automatically moves my stop loss to 3 points in order to cover fees. Nice. That's smart, HP. Yeah, no, definitely. That's actually a better way of doing it because when we take these entries here, they typically don't pull back, right? Like price doesn't really pull back. So whenever we take an entry here, I think it would be smart to just have like a trailing stop like always placed because if it comes up, then at least you're getting out at a partial. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure that out too. Let me put some notes here. These are all great ideas, guys. Thanks for your input. Because this is how we're gonna get better at these entries. Because these entries are so fast and typically they don't pull back. If they pull back, it's like, all right, let me get out for a break even. Um, yeah, so I think I'm gonna put my trailing stop at about like maybe 5 points. So here goes the entry right here, guys. If you guys took that entry earlier that we were talking about, it hit full TP right now. Well, it hit full TP earlier, but it blasted right through. So if you guys took that earlier entry that we were just talking about over here that I said I wouldn't take because the volatility was low, it just shot up to full TP, right? It was shot up earlier. If it didn't fill, it would have came back down and then hit again right here. So if you guys took that, nice work. But that's actually a great idea because you guys can see over here, like for example, see how this hits the 15? Your trailing stop would have just stopped you out right here. Or if you took this one right here, there's like no drawdown. So the trailing stop would have just followed you up. So target price point here is going to be the sessions, guys. This is going to be the next target price point. And then if price climbs up higher from where it's currently at, the next target price point is going to be up here. There's two sessions right here. So there's liquidity and sessions right here. So if price hits this session, it's probably going to go up to here. And then the next target's going to be up here. There's just three targets right here sitting. So first target's going to be this session. There's liquidity in a session right here. This is the New York high. And then right here, we have level at 600 mark. So you got a bunch of levels right here where price can reach to. Nice. So Rashida over there caught that for a partial. Nice work, Rashida. Damn, you guys are killing it today. Everybody's killing it. We got pretty good profit here for the official trades that I took. And then for everyone else here, it looks like a lot of you guys took all of the ones that I missed. So yeah, great work, guys. Nice. Jonathan took it too. So solid work right there, guys, on your entries. So it looks like YM is still moving pretty, I mean, not great, but it's moving a little decent right now. I know it's after 7 o'clock. Yeah, typically we've taken trades after 7, but I'm gonna be smart and I'm not gonna take anything dumb because I've been taking dumb trades lately. I'm gonna stick to the game plan here, of course. All right, let's see. So there's nothing else going on right here. Price is rejecting directly off the sessions. It already hit that first target. So until it breaks past it, there's probably not going to be another target here yet. But if it does climb up higher, of course, the next targets are going to be up here. Rashida said if we get a CB or a triple, that'd be good. Yeah, exactly. That would be solid to get that, because that'll be the confluence you can use to climb this up higher, right? So yeah, look for some sort of reversal from the bottom side. So look for price to come up, come down, reverse, come back up, and hit that area right there. The only problem again here, guys, is the volatility is so low. So it's going to be hard to really catch these entries here. It might be like a slow snail climb up. So it might come up like this, come down, reverse, and then slowly climb up, right? Typically don't like those slow climbs. I want the volatility. So I want price to like come up, come down, reverse, and shoot right back up. Ideally, that'd be the best case scenario. Yeah, Jonathan said a staircase. Yeah, so it's probably gonna be a staircase climb up, like a small little staircase, slow climb up like that. Because there's just not much volatility here. It looks like, so from the price structure right here, it looks like it's faking out and then it's pulling back into the range over here. So this is the actual price movement down the middle right here between the 550 and the 500. So this is kind of where price is moving down here. It pretty much fakes out from down here and fakes out from up here. But of course, we can catch entries in between. It's just really identifying the price structure of how price is moving here. Okay, so we have this nice rejection right here. You guys see that big wick off the pivot? This could have been another entry there for a buy. So like whenever you guys see these wick rejections, look for structure. So this is typically what I look for. I look for the pivots, I look for the levels, I look for the sessions, news price, opening price, etc. You guys can see how this green candle right here wicked off this like super hard. You could have entered right when it swung back up like we've been typically looking for. But you guys can see how these volatile candles, they just kind of, they appear out of nowhere, right? They're there and then they're not there and then they come up for one candle and then the volatility dies back down. So it looks like it's consolidating right here between the 550 and the sessions. If price finally breaks above, it'll probably break above to obviously the levels over here and the sessions. But other than that, it's probably gonna keep going back and forth. Nice work, Vimal. I just saw your profits. Did you post that over here too? Let's see. All right, so here's Vimal. Thanks, Vimal, for posting it here. It's just a lot easier to see it on the screen. So here are the team profits for the day, guys. Don't worry, there's no entries available right now. Here are the team profits. Vimal over here locked in about 3,000 for the day. It's small, like looks like break-even trades right here, but his other accounts over here locked in about well over 3,000 for the day, almost 4,000. Nice work, Vimal. We have David here, total profit of 120. Nice work, David. We have Alicia over here. She killed it today. Look at all these profits. She locked in about 5,000 per account. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 accounts. So it's a lot of profit. It's like 30K right there for the day. Nice work, Alicia. So solid profit right there, about 30,000 in profit across all of her accounts. Looking at Natasha here, this is her first account. She locked in 697. Nice work right there, Natasha, all wins. And here's Natasha's second account, total profit of 805, all wins here as well. Great work, Natasha. We have William over here. He locked in about 500 per account. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 20 accounts here. So William locked in well over, and my math sucks. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to add it up. I'm not even going to make a fool of myself. 5 to 3 times 20. He locked me 11,000 for the day. So William locked me 11,000. Nice work, William. All wins for the day. And then we have Cam over here. Big congrats to Cam. He just got paid out 3,000 by ATF or Apex 4 times. So he has 4 accounts here. He got paid out 3,000 each. So great work right there, Cameron. So 3,000 times 4, I mean 12,000 payout for this most recent payout. So I'm glad to see that, guys. I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here profiting. I'm glad to see you guys here actually getting payouts, right? I know a lot of you guys here struggle getting your way to this point, but you guys are killing it. So everyone here is doing well. We have Jonathan here with a total profit of 375 as well. Nice work, Jonathan. So if you guys are struggling, this is your hope. Like, look at the team profits. People here are still profiting. So if you guys are struggling and you guys aren't finding that consistency, I mean, I'm pretty sure if you ask anybody here who's actually doing well, they're going to tell you to not give up, of course, right? Because a lot of people give up. It's crazy. I've seen some people give up and they're like right at that point. They're right at that point to find that consistency and they're right about to pass their account and get funded and get a payout and they just give up. And then the biggest thing with a lot of people is once they give up, they fall into regret, right? I'm sure that's happened to a lot of you guys. I'm sure for a lot of you guys here who have started trading and you guys have stopped trading and then you came back and you stopped and you came back. I know that whenever you guys stop trading and you start to see the market move a lot more consistent and you see everyone's profits, as soon as you stop, you start to feel a lot of regret, right? And I think that's the worst feeling because at that point, it's like if you kept going like another couple of days or another couple of weeks or another couple of months or a couple of years, you could have hit your turning point. But again, trading is hard. It's not for everybody. But if you guys can withstand the bad times, the good times are just around the corner. So I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here killing it. We had a bit of a slow month last month for May. Even this month was kind of slow. We started off strong. So the first week of June was strong. The second week of June, I had a break-even week, which doesn't typically happen for me, but it was just one of those weeks. And then this week was pretty good again. So this third week of June, we had a good first week. Second week was kind of break even. This week is looking great so far. And we have, another week after. Or this is the fourth week, actually. So it's been pretty solid. Let's see. So Rashida said, Sean, I've been counting on your call outs this week. I just bought a house and my office isn't set up yet. So I've been trading from my phone. Thanks. Nice, Rashida. Congrats. A huge congrats to you. That's a big accomplishment, big milestone. And yeah, I know these call outs have been nice. They've been pretty solid for all of us here. So I'm hoping the market stays this way. I mean, either way, like I said, I'm always going to find a way to make money in this market, right? The market hasn't really been working out for the breakouts. It worked out a couple months ago, like probably March, April, and then May, it stopped working so much. We moved over to our original scalping strategies. They worked for a bit. We had a couple break evens in there. And then now, I'm just adapting with the market. This is typically how I normally trade by myself. I never thought I'd share this with you guys, but here we are. This is the way that the market's currently moving. So this is the best way to take these entries. Of course, we're using all the confluences and all the strategies together, but once you guys understand everything, it's pretty easy to catch these moves here. Again, there's another entry right here that just came up. It was right at the session, so I wouldn't have taken it. But you can see, if you use price structure like the pivots, if you use the pivots as price structure or you use the levels, you can catch these bounces. So price came down right here, came up, came down, bounced off it, shot back up, and this here would have been another opportunity right there, and it hit the next target, right? I said the next target here would be the sessions or the levels, right? There's a New York high right here. You can't really see because it's liquidity, but if I take that off, you guys can see the green line there. So again, if price decides to climb up higher from where it's currently at, the next target price point is going to be the 600 level right here. So just keep that in mind, guys. Just keep it in mind. It is at the session, so it's not one of the areas that I'd like to trade in. Of course, I'll keep giving you guys my analysis, but for me, I'm done trading for the day. My cutoff is 7 o'clock because I already know if I continue to trade after 7, that's where I start to make my mistakes. It's just part of the game, right? So like you guys have to figure out where you mess up at, and then once you understand where you're messing up at, just stop trading around those areas. That's the best advice I can give you guys. For me, I know my sweet spot right now because of the volatility is 6:30 to 7. So I'm only trading between 6:30 to 7 now. On Monday, that's what we did. We had 3 back-to-back wins, 6:30 to 7. Tuesday, I traded from 6:30 to 8. I took 8 trades, ended up at break even, but racking up a bunch of fees and commissions. So in order for me to stay in profit, I think trading between 6:30 and 7 for me is where I'm at. But who knows? In the future, if the market picks up and it's like dead between 6:30 and 7 and it only moves between 7 and 8, then I'll make some changes there. And of course, I'll probably trade between 7 and 8. But I'll keep adapting with the market, guys. You guys don't have to worry about that. I'll give you guys as much of a heads up as possible, but you guys can see how the market here is a bit flat. This is why I don't trade after 7. I mean, you guys can trade if you like. It's up to you if you want to take that risk, but I'm not going to take the risk, and I'll keep analyzing the market for you guys here. Yeah, exactly. Nick said just got to stay active in the market while spending as little money as possible. Yeah, 100%, Nick. You just got to be actively analyzing the market. You can see right here that it's starting to consolidate. So it's still consolidating between the sessions right here and the 550 level. So this is pretty much where it was consolidating earlier. Pretty much faked out up here. It came back down. And it's back into consolidation. Let's see, Joseph, what's the average of number blown accounts before y'all caught on? For me personally, well, I've been trading for a long time, so I'm probably not a good sample to ask, Joe. And I didn't really have a mentor like you guys have here. Like I'm here to mentor you guys and I can help you guys with whatever you need help with. So for me, I've been trading for about, I think this is my 12th year. I've been trading for 12 years now. I've only been trading consistently for maybe 6 to 8 years, probably 6 years, because that's when I started doing these live sessions. So I've been trading live with you guys every day for about 6 years now. So that's like when my trading got consistent. But I've been trading for a long time. So those first 4 years was a lot of trial and error. So I lost a lot of money, had to learn a lot of stuff on my own. So it took me a while. So I'm probably not a good example for that. But I think majority of the people here, I wouldn't say blown accounts, but I'd say like time trading. Because you would just treat those blown accounts as like education, right? You're basically paying the cost of education to learn trading. Because it's all from being hands-on. Like you could read as many books as you want, you could take as many courses as you want, you can get mentored by as many people as you want, but you won't really learn unless you do it like you're not in the market. And unless you're in the market taking losses, taking wins, and then learning from those mistakes. So I think on average, the people here is probably 2 years. So probably 2 years of blown accounts, failure, not doing so well, and then coming back, or not even just coming back, just being consistent and learning from it. I think after the 2 year mark, that's usually where a lot of people start to see success with trading, at least a little bit of success, where they see consistency and they're actually profitable. That's just rule of thumb. Some people here learn faster, some people learn slower, but for the most part, from everyone that I've talked to here who's consistently profitable and successful trading with us, it's around the 2 year mark. The 1 to 2 year mark. If you don't get it by 2 years, you're not doing something right. Like if you've been trading for 2 years and you're not getting it, reach out to me, because there's probably something that you're not doing right, which is probably over trading, over leveraging, revenge trading, FOMO, etc. Right? That could be fixed. You just have to realize that you're making those mistakes. So yeah, if you guys have been trading for more than 2 years and you haven't found any consistency, if you found a little bit of consistency, but you're not like overall consistent, that's fine. But if you're just still losing every day and you're just not doing well and you just keep blowing accounts, then just reach out to me and I'll try to figure out what your problem is. I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of those things I listed, because that's the same problem with everybody. And I feel like the biggest problem with people is that they don't want to own up to their mistakes. Like, you're over trading, but when we talk, you're going to say you're not over trading. You just have to own up to the mistakes. Once you realize like, okay, I'm taking too many trades, then once you cut down on those trades, you'll get a lot better. Or if you're revenge trading, if you stop revenge trading, you'll get a lot better. You'll still lose, but you're not going to lose as much, like not enough to blow your account. So, all right, guys, price is pushing up right here. The next target price point, it's currently at the second level of sessions right here. The next target price point, if it does climb above higher, is going to be this level right here. But it's doing exactly what we just talked about earlier, right? So Jonathan mentioned this earlier. He said staircase. That's exactly what's happening. I don't like staircase movements like this. I like when price is moving volatile, right? This is considered a staircase because it's just slowly climbing up. I don't like staircase movements because this can easily just come right back down, right? You might just ride this off the cliff, basically. So I don't like this myself personally. If you guys want to take trades here, I mean, feel free. If you guys see the setup here for the market flow, basically rejection, you can. But I think this is a risky area to trade because this is where the sessions are currently at. Rashida said, I think I'm going to come over to the dark side with a copier. The copier just makes things so much easier, Rashida. I know like it's more risk, but if you're confident with your trading, then the copier is nice because you can see over here for my profits. So we got some more profits here from Jonathan. He locked in 775 for the day, all wins, and a total profit of 1,329 for the week. Nice work, Jonathan. Yeah, because you can see over here the copier is nice. Like, yeah, it's a lot more risk if you're like trading risky, but once you have like one or two wins, like for example, here I just took two trades today, right? I locked in about 1,000, and I took low risk today too. Like I didn't even take that much risk. The only account here that's red is my personal account. That's because of the fees that I incurred over this week. I took way too many trades, so of course I incurred a bunch of fees right there. Um, but everything else is profitable. You know, everything is green here. I'll add on my profits closer to the end of the session. 7:30 right now, so we still have 30 minutes till 8. Let me scroll down a little lower. See where we're at. Yeah, Rashida said it all depends on your discipline and you following your rules. Exactly. Thanks, HP. So HP just shared his custom settings. Let me see where that's at. Rashida said TradingView still copies on Replicano. Yeah, it does. I believe so, because that's how I've been taking the trades over here. I would probably still execute your trades on NinjaTrader if you could, because you want to have like that direct execution, right, Rashida? So the only thing that I'm concerned about with TradingView is that there is a delay. There's not always going to be a delay, but you can only imagine there's a delay, right? Because your execution, if you're going to send your order through TradingView, your order has to go from TradingView to Tradeovate to Replicano, right? So see how there's like a bunch of hoops that it has to go through to execute your trade. So for me personally, I execute all my trades directly on NinjaTrader. I just have my finger on the execution button so that it goes straight in. So as soon as I put in my order, it goes straight in and I'm ready to go. Uh, so I mean, you can. I mean, if you want to try it, I know there's other people in the group who do trade directly on TradingView, but for me personally, I'm trading like so many accounts that I don't want to risk it. So it does copy, and you guys have seen it on my screen over here too. Whenever I enter a trade, it shows up the lines show up here on my and you can see them right here too. So you guys see the lines over here. This is where my entries happen. You see the little arrows because I entered a buy right here, closed out right there, entered a buy right here, closed out right here. So it shows up on TradingView, but I wouldn't execute it on there directly. And that's just me being paranoid because I don't want to get caught in a position and then the execution ends up being super late. Yeah, no, definitely. You should let me know. It's pretty simple. The Replicano is super simple. You just gotta, well, for me, I set it up every morning. I know Vimal said that you can save it, but for me, I set it up every morning because I just, like I said, I'm paranoid. I don't want to have like any, any issues with it malfunctioning. So for me, I just started up fresh every day. It doesn't take very long, maybe takes you a minute or two. I just have like, see, I have like 25 accounts here. So you got to be fast with your fingers to set, because you got to turn them all on and then you got to set the contract size for each one. So it doesn't take very long. It takes about a minute or two. But once you do it a couple times, it becomes very, very straightforward. That's the only downside. That's the thing that I liked about the other copier we used to use because everything was already automated and it was ready to go. For this here, it's you just have to do everything manually. Yeah, you just got to do it once, Rashida. Yeah, exactly. Nick said it's super easy. You just got to get the hang of it. Once you do it a couple times, you're gonna be like, oh, this is super simple. It's like just get up early, like a few minutes earlier before you get on the live, and then set it up pretty quick. You do have to have your computer open though, so just a heads up. So I got my laptop over here right next to me. All right, guys. So price is pushing up to the next target over here, the 600 level. It's not there yet, but it is getting there. So what you might want to look out for here is the rejection. So look for that rejection, then push right back up. If it pushes up past this level, the next level is going to be the 650 up here. So of course, first level is going to be 600. Next one's going to be 650. Gotcha. Okay, so I just got to go to the custom stop strategy. I want to save this. Thanks, HP, for the heads up on this. I wish there was a way we could save the chat on the Zoom. I mean, there probably is a way. I just don't know how to do it. All right, I just saved your screenshots there. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to like play around with it, but like what I said earlier, here, I'll send in the group chat. For anybody who's like curious on how to like use this. Okay, so the first target right there just got hit, guys. It's probably gonna climb up a bit higher. Here, let me just copy this over. All right, so price is climbing back, is climbing higher from here. The next target's going to be the 650 mark, guys. We had news over here at 7:30. It was like low impact. I'll still mark it up right there. Again, if price and so this was perfect right here. You guys see the setup off this green candle right here? So this right here was what I was looking for. I said, price come down super sharp like it did right here, and then it came right through. The only problem is that it was at the sessions. But I mean, either way, it still would have been an okay entry because that's the volatility that you were looking for there. So you guys can see there's still entries that happen after 7. It's just risky. And then it was also a high-low scalp too. So there's a double confluence here. So basically you had a high-low scalp, that's one entry, one strategy, and then right here the market flow that kind of pushed up from that point. Yeah, let me answer this question real quick from E. E said she's interested in copying trades. What should I do? I have a PA account on Apex. Trade function on that thing. All right. Sorry, guys, just responding to people. All right. So other than that, all right, there's not really much here to take at this moment. Again, if price pushes up higher, it's probably going to bounce off, pivot, come right back up. Let's check out NQ real quick. I'm just really curious with the NQ because I think it's something that we can bounce between. Nah, NQ is just going sideways today. It's not really kind of curious to see if there's actually one entry right here that I can see. Let me just replay it from here. So, I mean, there's a couple entries. There's one right here. And again, right here, I was looking at this green candle. Okay, so you guys can see here, this is the example that I'm going to show during the mentoring session tomorrow. So see how this candle, and just look very closely, guys. Just pay attention for like 1 second, right? So on this next candle right here, you'll see that the candle comes down and then it bounces off the session and it shoots right back up. So that's where you would take your entry because it's bullish right here, right? You can see prices above the pivots. The trend meter is green. The divergence here is shifting to the upside. There's impending momentum for a buy. So obviously you'd be looking for some buys here. When you see this rejection right there, that's where your entry would happen right there. And you can see how it hits TP. So NQ could work. It's just you got to find it when it's away from these red flags. I mean, the bounce off the session is fine. I typically wouldn't take those types of trades, but you can see how it's bouncing off multiple structures. It's bouncing off the pivot and it's also bouncing off the session. In a situation like this, I would probably trade it if it was bouncing off like three structures. So say for example, it bounced off the pivot, the level, and the session, then in that situation, that's like a triple confluence of rejection. And I would have taken, maybe this one right here. But I'll have to play around with it. But I mean, either way, NQ is just not that good today. It's not as good as it's been like yesterday and the day before. Because I was following it yesterday after the live session. I just wanted to see how it played through, and it actually provided a ton of entries. Gotcha, Nick. So Nick said the actual contract for you has a better price. Yeah, Angela said NQ is good most days. Yeah. So whenever what YM is kind of dead and it's not really, and there goes the next target, guys. So the second target here just got hit. There goes the second target right there. So I mean, it's pretty much going toward exactly where I explained earlier, guys. So earlier I said the 600 here, if price breaks above the 600, it's going to push up to the 650, and that's exactly where price went. Other than that, I think the volatility here is probably going to die down now. The ATR is starting to slow down a bit. So you can see the ATR down here is at 16 ATR. It was at like 25 earlier, went down to 23, 22, 20. Now it's down to 16. So with that said, I don't think this is going to climb up any higher. If anything, price might come down a little bit, bounce off and shoot right back up, right? A lot of different scenarios here that can play through. Nice. So CJ said he caught both targets. He's done for the day. Nice work, CJ. I think there were some levels here too. So there was a levels entry that came up down here. I don't know if you caught any of these, Rashida, but there was one over here at 630. This is the one that you like to look at on the 5-minute. Levels entry came up right there, 50 point move. And then again here, same thing. I mean, this one over here, I probably would have skipped this because this would have been lined up with this one. Came back down, retested, rejected off there, and came back up. There was a bunch of sessions in the middle, but it still played through. Let's see. Yeah, so great profits, guys. If you guys have more profits posted up, feel free to post them in the chat. Again, like when you guys will see people post their profits over here in the team profits. Don't be ashamed to post your losses, right? Like Vimal over here, he posted his losses and his wins. Don't be ashamed to post your losses. Not everybody's perfect. I'm not even perfect. You can see my trades from yesterday. Like I post my losses too. I was still in the red last trading session. So this just humbles you, right? It shows you that it's not always possible to always have green. I hate seeing red, but sometimes it happens and you just have to deal with it. Like for example, today, I'm still red down there, but it is what it is. It's down 70 bucks. That's only because of the fees. So tomorrow, just one more trade and I'll be good. But all right, guys, we're getting closer to 8 o'clock. You guys can see the volatility here starting to slow down a bit. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'm going to add up my profits for the day real quick. So here are my profits for the day. I locked at 950 times 20 plus 285, 190, 180. So 19,940 for the day. And for the week so far, I am up, let's see. I'll just add up these because these are pretty much the same. or they're not. Here, I'll just do it real quick. 624, 774, 774, 734, 734, 694, 734, 734, 734, 694, 734, 734, 4, 7, 3, 4, 694, 774, 694, 774, 734, 734, 181, 196, 130. Okay, minus 70. Okay, well, the math here is crazy, but here are my profits for the day and the week so far. So let me just add this up, or let me put them in here. So plus 19,940 for the day. And that's not bad for 2 trades. And then for my week so far, I'm up 15,277. All right, not too bad. So yeah, there goes my profits for the day and the week so far. Small red right there, but obviously it'll be back tomorrow once we have one more trade. But yeah, exactly. Natasha said, yeah, I got tore up on Tuesday and I posted those losses. Yeah, Natasha, she got destroyed on Tuesday, just like me. We ate up those fees. It was crazy. Like Natasha, I think that was the first time I seen Natasha with some reds. Like, yeah, she was down negative 730, negative 300. But it's all good. You know, like I said, it happens, guys. There's going to be days like that where you just get tore up and you just got to bounce back from it. So, all right, guys, if there's any other questions, you know, feel free to put them in the chat. I think we pretty much covered majority of our stuff here for the most part. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep looking at my mouses to see if I can find one here. I already have a mouse in mind. I'm just looking to see if they have any other colors, so I know which mouse is which. They have a different color, but it's like used. I don't want a used mouse. They have a new mouse. Okay, so this one's slightly different. Let's grab this one. All right, so looking at the price volatility, guys, there's not really much here to take. Let's go back to NQ just one last time, and then we'll wrap this up for the day. Yeah, NQ is pushing back down right here. So I mean, if you guys are looking to take some sells here for NQ, target price point is going to be session right here. So what I would look for here is I'd look for price to push up, reject off maybe the level or the pivot, and then this thing could be written down to the session right here. Oh, it's too late. It already hit. So you could have taken that right there if you didn't want to, because there's 2 ways of looking for these entries. You could have looked for just price to wake up. For me personally, now that I've been looking at it, I like when price wakes off the structure. I don't like when it's just randomly in the open. I prefer it to wake off like a level or a pivot and then come back down. But I mean, either way, you know, we already have this target in mind, which would have been the session. And I'm pretty sure that's where price is going to go. So nice. Cam actually caught that too. Cam caught that and Nick caught that. Nice work, guys. And this also would have been a high-low scalp too. So you see how the high-low scalp happened right here? And then this here was just basically the continuation of it. So nice work, guys. I know Nick posted the check you later, and then as soon as he said that, he said he took the trade. Yeah. You got to be quick. You just have to be watching it to make sure that these here are setting up for like how you want. The target still isn't hit yet, guys. So like, for example, here, if this thing swings up, hits the pivot or the structure and comes back down, it still has to reach this lower target. So it's still not there. But all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. We've wrapped up a pretty solid trading day today. This week's been pretty good so far, aside from like my overtrading on Tuesday. But otherwise, we've had a pretty good week so far overall. Here, I'll let you guys answer this question real quick. So CJ's asking Cam, which TP stop loss to use on NQ? CJ uses a 40-120. Yeah, so it sounds like it's basically double of what we typically would use, which makes sense because the volatility is a lot faster on NQ. So I'll let Cam maybe respond to that real quick before I get off here. Yeah, I'm not worried about my mouse right now. Space gray. Yeah, I should just get a totally different number. I mean, not number, totally different color. Add this to my cart. Let's hope they have same day shipping. Oh, fuck yeah, same day shipping. Perfect. I'm gonna order this right now. A brand new mouse. Perfect. There we go. Same day shipping. Yeah, CJ said all you need now is a Kodi chair. The chair's coming, so hopefully the chair comes here soon. They're building the chair right now. I ordered this custom office chair for Kodi or Kai, whoever wants to sit next to me. Should be here in a couple months. So it'll be pretty solid. All right, so let's see. Cam said he likes using 12.5 to 25 stop loss, which is 50 to 100 NQ ticks. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so Cam basically uses double just like we do here. So I put it at like 50-50 for today. And there goes the target, guys. The target just got hit right there. And there we go. The price drops lower. The next target's going to be, let's see. Damn it. Unlock. Okay, the next target is going to be the next sessions down below right here. So the first target right here just got hit. Next target is going to be down here. So you can look at price action and see for another opportunity for entry. Again, look for the rejection, continuation down further. Looking at the bias over here, prices below the pivots, trend meters red, divergence is angling down. Everything here is pointing towards a sell. You got a sell signal. So obviously you should be looking for a sell here. So confluences look good. Okay, so like check this out right here. See how price is pushing up and it swings back down. If it swings back down, this could be an entry for a sell. I'd probably look for it to push up a little further. So I wouldn't enter yet. And then if it comes back down now, I would enter for a sell. So I want it to push up a little bit. I want that nice big wick up here, kind of similar to what happened up here with this red candle. And then I would just look for this to wick back down. If it swings back down, I'm expecting this to push a little bit further. Let's see, HP is asking, what's a good lot size for NQ? He has a 300K account. I would probably use a 5 contract. That's what I was going to use today, HP. If I was to trade NQ today, I would have used a 5 contract. Ideally, that's kind of what I would. Yeah, you don't need more than that. You don't like, so Cam said you don't need more than 2 to 4. I think Cam, you're on a 250K account, right? So he's basically using half of what I would use too. Yeah, so he's on a 250, so he's using a little less. If you're on a 300, you could push it up to 5, but you don't really need more than 5. I think 5 is solid. When you're doing 5, you're going to risk about, here, I could even show you guys right here. So say, for example, you have a TP stop loss of 50. So if you're using a 5 contract, wait, actually, I take that back. Sorry. If you're doing a 50-50, you're going to need a smaller contract size. You'll need about 3. So I'd probably use 3 because this was based off of 30-30. But if you're doing a 50-50, you would probably use a 3 contract. You'd be risking 750 to make 750. So I'd probably use a 3 contract if you're on a, and if you want to see where it's at, HP, you can just pull up like your, like just pull up an order. And then just put in your units here. You want to be risking about 750 per trade on a 300K. Because if you do the math, so like the only reason I know this is because I'm taking like 3 trades a day, right? So 750 times 3, you're gonna risk like about 2,000, which is cool. You're like in the sweet spot because you can lose 7,500 before you reach a trailing drawdown. So I think 3 or less would probably be fine if you're going for a 50-50. Again, if you're going for a smaller contract, like a smaller TP stop loss, if you're going for a 30-30, then you can increase that to 5. But you just want to look at your risk at like 750. That's typically the sweet spot so that you can make good profit, but also not risk too much to blow your account. That's just for the 300 accounts. HP said, is it better to trade on TradingView? Again, like for me personally, I would just trade directly on Ninja. Like I would trade directly on the platform that you're executing. So if I'm executing on Ninja, I would trade on Ninja. I don't see a big problem trading on TradingView. It's just that there's going to be a little bit of a delay. So you might hit like enter, and it's going to take like a second for it to enter. It's not going to be like instant. Like you hit enter and then you're in the position because you have to go through like different programs for it to enter, right? Because if you're entering over here on TradingView, you technically have to go through TradingView. You send your order through TradingView, then it sends it to TradeAvate, and then it executes. But if you're trading directly on TradeAvate, it's just like right then and there, right when you enter. Yeah, exactly. Nick said you can definitely feel the order filling on TradingView versus NinjaTrader. Yeah, you're gonna have like maybe a second delay or so. So I would just trade directly on the platform that you're executing on. You could have it logged in. So for example, I have my TradeAvate logged in here. So you'll see my TP stop loss show up on here, but the execution is actually faster on the NinjaTrader platform. All right, one question from Amal, and we'll wrap this up for the day. What's going on, Amal? All right, we got some more team profits here. We have Natasha with a total profit of about 300 on her third account. Nice work, Natasha. All wins there. And Cam over here, Cam said he woke up late, but he's still locking some good profit. Total profit of 2,567 per account. So that's 2,468, well over 8,000 for the day. Nice work, Cameron. All right, Mal said on TradingView, can I change the stop loss level? Does the tool automatically calculate the contract size based on risk? Yes, you can, Jamal. So again, that's another reason why I think it's good to just figure out your risk on TradingView. So just open up one of these ticket windows and see how like your TP stop loss is set. You can see your risk over here, right? If you want to risk 500, you put that there and it changes your contract size. If you want to risk 1,000, you put that there. It changes your contract size. So it does everything for you right there. You don't have to really, like if your TP stop loss is 50, you set it that, you want to risk 750, it automatically does it. It does like literally everything for you. So this is the best tool to use to understand your risk or to identify your risk. If you want to risk 3%, you want to risk 1%, you want to risk 0.25%, everything here sets up. Yeah, no, the tool is perfect, Kamal. It does everything for you. And if you don't want to log into your TradeAvate here, just use the paper trading account. It's the same thing. Yeah, it's so much faster. Cam said, I love trading without a drawdown. I can put a stop loss at break even, leave runners. Those couple $100 add up. Yeah, and I agree with you too, Cam, 100%. That's probably the best way to do it if you have that opportunity. All right, so we have another rejection here, guys. This is a possible opportunity for sell. See how price rejected directly off the... Actually, it didn't reject off the pivot. I thought it did, but not so much. All right, guys, about to be 8 o'clock. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I think this is it for the day. Great profit so far, guys. If you guys have more profits to post up, feel free to send them in. Otherwise, we're going to have a mentoring session tomorrow. So if you guys want to take a deep dive on this market flow strategy that I've been doing, it's a very speculative type strategy, but I've been doing this for years. It's nothing new to me. I used to make like my most profits on this. I used to pass evals like every single day on MTMO doing this strategy. It works very well as long as you know how to use the tools. So you need to use the tools in conjunction with each other. Momentum, pivots for trend, pivots for rejection, divergence, trend meter, etc. And once you get everything down and you have like, the full picture scope of like how to identify and analyze the market, everything here becomes so much easier. So, all right, guys, I think that is it. Yeah, CJ said I like it. As I said before, it makes me feel like Bradley Cooper in Limitless, right? That's the best feeling when you're trading, when you're on like cloud nine. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'm gonna wrap this up for the day, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow for the next live session.